Isn't it funny how the things that we once believed were flaws, they're often the very things that make someone unforgettable? Think back, imagine a time when you caught yourself noticing something unusual in someone, something that didn't fit the typical mould. Maybe it was the way their voice danced unpredictably between confidence and hesitation, or how their smile appeared slightly off centre, yet completely disarming. Could have been the way their ideas seemed too peculiar, too wild at first glance, but somehow they lingered in your mind long after. You felt something then, didn't you? Not judgment, not pity. Fascination, appreciation, curiosity. And here's the beautiful part. Those imperfections, they aren't imperfections at all. They're signatures, fingerprints of the soul. The parts that make you lean in closer, wondering what stories lie beneath. Because isn't it true, when you listen, truly listen, you begin to realise every so-called imperfection is like a doorway into a deeper understanding, deeper connection and deeper wonder. You see, what if those things you once thought of as broken were never broken? What if they were gifts wrapped in strange paper, disguised treasures just waiting to be noticed, celebrated and adored? It's like finding a rare seashell on the shore. At first you might think it's cracked or worn, but soon you realise it's more unique, more beautiful than anything perfectly polished or pristine. And so what happens when you begin to appreciate those things, first in others and then in yourself? What happens when you allow yourself to celebrate those crooked lines, the strange ideas, the parts that don't quite fit like they should? Something shifts. The world becomes richer, more colourful, more exciting. Every voice carries a rhythm, a melody. Every glance tells a story, just waiting to be heard. And every quirk, every so-called flaw, becomes a signal, a flashing neon sign that says, look closer, there's magic here. So, what if you felt curiosity each time you noticed something unusual? What if instead of labelling it as wrong or out of place, you felt fascination? What if the things you once tried to fix, in yourself and others, were exactly what makes life so unexpected, so unpredictable, so extraordinary? And maybe, just maybe, you'll start noticing those parts more and more, smiling when you see them, wondering what they're all about. Because the truth is, what you see is broken, someone else sees as brilliant. What you once tried to hide becomes a beacon of light for someone seeking exactly that. And as you let that realization unfold, something else begins to happen. You find yourself appreciating, celebrating, even falling in love with the things that make you and everyone around you completely, breathtakingly one of a kind. And isn't that what we've all been searching for? Because it's funny, isn't it, how the mind works, how it filters, labels, categorises things. What's good, what's bad, what's right, what's wrong? And yet, if you pause just for a moment, you might notice something surprising. What if the very things you were taught to judge were actually signals? Not signs of failure, but signs of brilliance. What if every so-called imperfection were a hidden invitation to deeper connection? You've seen it before, haven't you? That little spark in someone's eyes, when they suddenly reveal a side of themselves they thought that they'd hide. It's almost like catching a glimpse of something sacred, something new, something raw, something real. And in that moment you feel it, that pull towards truth, towards authenticity, towards something far more beautiful than perfection ever could be. Perfection is an illusion anyway, isn't it? It's a mask, a shell, something hard and lifeless. It keeps things smooth, sure, polished, controlled, but nothing grows there, nothing lives there. Life is in the cracks. Life is in the wild edges and unexpected twists. Life is in the rawness that makes us human, that makes us magnetic, memorable, extraordinary. And maybe you already knew that, or maybe you're just starting to realise it now. But isn't it interesting how the mind starts to shift, like gears turning, the moment you begin to see things from a different angle? Every belief, every old thought, every outdated pattern, loosening, unravelling, making space for something new. And you might wonder, what happens when you begin to approach everything with curiosity instead of judgment? What happens when every quirk, every flaw, every imperfection becomes a source of wonder? You start to notice the little things. The way someone's voice cracks when they get excited. The awkward pause in a story, right before they reveal the most important part. The mismatched socks, the unfinished ideas, the things they almost said but didn't. And you realise those are the moments that matter most. The imperfect ones, the messy ones, the real ones. Because here's the truth, there's nothing to fix. There never was. There's only more to notice, more to explore, more to love. Imagine what it feels like to wake up one day and stop needing to fix anything at all. Not in yourself, not in others, not anywhere. To step back and simply notice, appreciate, celebrate. Because the more you celebrate, the more you see it. And the more you see it, the more it grows. Until every person you meet, every situation, every moment becomes an opportunity to discover something unexpectedly beautiful, something wild, something rare. And just for a moment, notice how that feels. Notice how easy it is to let go of the old stories. Notice how exciting it is to embrace a new way of seeing, a new way of being. And as you do, something deep inside begins to shift, like a seed breaking open beneath the soil, quietly, naturally, effortlessly. Because that is what real change is, isn't it? It happens beneath the surface, subtle, gentle, yet unstoppable. And every time you notice an imperfection, you'll remember this. Every time you catch yourself wanting to fix or correct, you'll pause, you'll smile, and you'll wonder, what magic is hiding there? What gift is waiting to be discovered? What makes this moment, this person, this experience absolutely perfect in its imperfection? And suddenly everything feels lighter, easier, more alive. Because in the end, the only thing you ever needed to fix was the belief that something needed fixing at all.